LeBron James and Anthony Davis just absolutely balled out in Paris this summer and won the gold medal for Team USA. But does that come with a cost? And will that ultimately hurt the Lakers' chances of winning a Larry O'Brien trophy this upcoming season? Welcome to Lakers Digest. My name is Hunter Pitcoff, where we keep you up to date with everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers. I know it's September. I know this is a boring time for basketball, but it's never boring when we're talking about the Los Angeles Lakers, and you can be a part of this too. So be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Be a part of this family, and we can all talk about the glory days of the Lakers, complain about the Lakers, and everything in between, because we keep it a buck on Lakers Digest here. So today's video is going to be about JJ Redick and if Laker fans should be concerned, or if they shouldn't, about LeBron James and Anthony Davis's workload this upcoming season. And for LeBron AD, like we talked about, these guys were awesome in Team USA. They were two of the best players for Team USA and two of the biggest reasons why they won the gold medal overseas. Of course, if you're not from Paris, then overseas. You get the point. Anyways, though, JJ Redick, this is what he said in response to that when asked that same question. He said, look, I mean, those guys are professionals in every sense of the word. My concern for them about whether or not they will be ready to play on October 22nd. That's the Lakers' opening game against the Minnesota Timberwolves to start the NBA season. And be in shape, I don't have that concern. We're going to work with Mike and Ish, two of the guys on the training staff, making sure that they feel that they're in a great place to start the regular season. They'll certainly be involved in training camp and the preseason here in September, as well as preseason games. So JJ Redick, in other words, he's trusting his guys. He's trusting LeBron. He's trusting Anthony Davis that they're going to be okay. And that sounds like a smart thing to say, and he's probably right on that, because LeBron, I've always said, I mean, you talk about greatest player of all time, right? And we're not going to have that debate here today. But my definition of greatness, just in a nutshell, is maintaining a dominant level of performance over an extended period of time. And there's not a single player in NBA history who has done that better than LeBron James. There just isn't, right? I'm not saying that's the ultimate end-all, be-all for a GOAT debate, but in terms of that statement alone, my personal opinion, I believe LeBron James has really worn that badge of honor more than any other player in NBA history has. And so I'm confident that he will keep himself in shape. In fact, Anthony Davis, despite the fact that he was drafted 12 years ago, which is crazy because I remember him being drafted when I was in middle school, he played the most amount of games in the regular season that he ever had in his entire career this past season. So these are two guys that I'm very confident will keep themselves in shape. They'll be locked in, they'll be motivated, and they'll set the tone and be ready to fully participate just like anybody else. And on top of that, too, not the same exact thing, but Austin Reaves last season played overseas in FIBA, and they actually played into September, whereas they only played into August for the Olympics, and Austin Reaves ended up playing all 82 games that season. So, again, that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be fine, or they won't be. I don't know if there's a study or correlation done. I couldn't find one about, playing overseas in the Olympics or in FIBA play and how that translates to the season. But in other words, LeBron James has done this before. Anthony Davis has done this before many times, and I'm very confident that they are going to be fine. But I do have one bit of a concern here, though, which is, excuse me, the unhealthy bench that the Lakers have right now. So we know that they did not add any pieces this past offseason. They let Taurean Prince walk. They let Spencer Dinwiddie walk. These are two guys that maybe weren't the best players, but hey, they were serviceable, and they played a lot of minutes for the Lakers. They don't have those two guys anymore. They add Dalton Connect. They add Bronny James. I don't think Bronny's really going to play for this team, at least for the Los Angeles Lakers. Maybe the South Bay Lakers, but I don't think he's playing for the LA Lakers a whole lot this season. If he does, either he's amazing or more likely the Lakers have a lot of issues on their hands. Dalton Connect's someone who can, but in particular for LeBron James and Anthony Davis. They play primarily the 4 and the 5. Maybe LeBron plays a little bit of 3. Maybe Anthony Davis plays a little bit of 4. But for the starting lineup and the closeout games, they are playing the 4 and they are playing the 5. So there are a little bit of issues, though, that come with that because of some recent news that we actually just found out today here about the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't know why I can't get to this graphic, guys. I am sorry. Gotta love technology. Anyways, though, this was Christian Wood responding to the fact that he is expected to miss up to 8 weeks. He said on X, quote, "Damn, I was just feeling like my old self again. Was in peak shape. Minor setback for a major comeback to my fans. Don't stop believing in me." Guys, I cannot believe I can't find this freaking graphic right now. This is ridiculous. Oh my god. You know what? Screw it. Whatever. Technical difficulties. We'll be all right. Anyways, though, so Christian Wood, the Lakers put out the statement. That's what I was going to show you guys to make sure that I wasn't sitting here lying. The Lakers put out a statement saying that he's going to be missing some time, had the surgery done today, and he's expected to miss about 8 weeks or so. So if you do the math, it's early September now. That takes us into early November. The Lakers' first game of the season is on October 22nd. So that means that Christian Wood will not be available during training camp. He will not be available during preseason, and he's not going to be available to start the season. And unfortunately for him and the Lakers, this has been the trend of him during his stint here in Los Angeles, the fact that he has not stayed healthy for this team. And so we really have not gotten to see what Christian Wood can do. In fact, he actually played really well alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis, which we actually highlighted his impact there in some of our earlier videos. So be sure to check that out. But in terms of the analytics, they say that those guys actually played really freaking well together. He has that perfect combination of good length for the position and athleticism, but also can really shoot the ball. And so he actually does provide a nice buffer between LeBron James and Anthony Davis, but it could also relieve either one of those guys of playing time. And the fact they don't have that versatile piece to start the season is a really big concern. On top of that as well, I had another graphic, but I'm not going to show it, so I'll just say it. Jared Vanderbilt seems like he's been having a bit of a setback with his heel injury dating back to earlier this year, and he might not be available either. That's not confirmed or anything like that, but we're not quite sure he's going to be 100%. Even someone like Gabe Vincent, who, isn't going to play the 4 or the 5. He's a guard, but he's somebody who had his knee issues last year too. So the Lakers are very, very thin, and they're very thin to start the year, which is not good. But on top of that as well, the reason why I do have concern is because JJ Redick is going to have an even harder time managing the minutes of LeBron James and Anthony Davis, knowing he doesn't have as many troops behind him to really relieve those guys of minutes early on. So you really need to hope that LeBron and AD are going to be ready this upcoming season and that they're going to be ready early and often. But like I said, I'm going to believe in greatness. I'm going to believe in LeBron James and Anthony Davis to figure it out. And I'm confident that both those guys are going to be ready for wartime come game 1 against the Minnesota Timberwolves, because they're two of the best to ever do it. This is why you're paying them max money, to be your franchise players, to be the leaders of this franchise, and to ultimately be the guys who are going to get everybody else ready for this upcoming season. So yes, there is definitely some concern in regards to LeBron AD coming back overseas, but I think that there's even more concerns about some of the recent injury updates that the Lakers have gotten, and we're definitely going to cover that all here. And we're going to cover everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers as we head into training camp, which is actually just coming up in a few short weeks, guys, so be sure to tune in. Leave a comment as well of stuff you want us to talk about, or what do you think of this video? Do you think that, yes, like the Lakers are kind of screwed. LeBron and Anthony Davis, they've played too much this summer. They're not going to be ready. Or do you ultimately think that they're going to be all right and they're going to continue their dominant level of play? I certainly think so, but I love to hear your guys' engagement here down in the comments below. This is Lakers Digest, and again, we're going to keep you up to date with everything surrounding your Los Angeles Lakers.